Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Okay, let's get ready to pour a little petty tea, get some snacks. This is going to be an interesting one because I guess may- maybe during this time in the White House or whatever, maybe I am supposed to just focus on, well, disability rights and disability situations and things where we need DEI, we need to be taken seriously, looked at as human beings, equal human beings, full human beings, and independence and everything like that. Because of right now, I have too many stories, or the stories are piling up about people with disabilities getting arrested and pulled over and left at a doctor's office to the point where they had no access to a restroom, where families who own a small business are at a mall trying to do their business, and one of the family members has a disability, but yeah, the mall didn't want them in the mall at the business event because it made them look bad. Yeah, and I know that was a couple weeks ago, and I looked up the business, and it's for feminine products and stuff. So I keep saying that I was going to do that episode, but then another story, and then politics, and then trying to write the novel, and then trying to get the greeting cards and candles. I was going to try to see for the holiday, but once again, life. It's like if you guys just knew all the stuff that people have to do, especially newly diagnosed, especially when they've been ignored for over 30 years. And they're like, the pain's in your head. You're making it up. You just want attention. And it's like, why do you keep coming back? We're just going to tell you the same thing, trying to get doctor's notes. You're not in pain. Stop saying this. Stop lying. And even when I'm in my 20s or even early 30s, it's like, oh, you're calling me again? I'm going to call your mom. Because when you share the same doctor with your mother, but then you try to change doctors, and that doctor goes and tells your mom, and then your mom tells you, threatens, yeah. So, anyways, it's like, yeah, catch up on the over 400 episodes. But if you don't know all of the things that people with disabilities and people with disabilities that are newly diagnosed because of doctors, heartless, bigoted, awful, terrible treatment. Yeah, watch the episodes, babies, because yeah, I talk about employment, work, dating, and employment, or applying for jobs and then working. So two different, and then dating, trying, well, so-called friendships and things like that. But because yeah, about 95% of the people on my Facebook page, they still don't know my situation, because all my life they said I was a liar. Then I kept telling them as like I was telling the truth and I wasn't lying. But then all they did, once cell phone technology, was turn around and call my mom and say that I was a liar. So blah 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 blah. And I'm saying all of this because I know there are other people with disabilities out there, and sometimes I end up talking to them and they tell me their stories, and it's horrifying. It's like a lot of you guys make it horrifying for other people with disabilities, especially like the people in the church. Oh, you're just not praying hard enough, baby. You need to pray more. And then people in employment. Well, if you really want to work, if you want to look good for our team, you need to go get fixed and then come back. And then dating, especially the sons' mothers. I'm going to have a whole series about, yeah, moms with sons. If you're gonna have the nerve to tell a guy that he's too good for a woman with a disability, think about how that woman with a disability feels. If you're gonna say that you are not going to want anything to do with your grandkids, one, if they end up mixed, that's a different story. But two, if they end up with that disability, then you're gonna say that you're gonna blame him because he knew better. All of these things have been told to me. So yeah, this is an interesting intro. Yes, I know, but it kind of leads into, well, okay, okay, because with well, okay, I've mentioned this in several of my episodes, and I have put this in a few episodes, not too many, but one reason why I have been able to collect like 300 to 600. I was like, I know it's over 500 now, because of 5 to 600 screenshots from, in my opinion, heartless, ignorant, poorly educated, arrogant, naive, bigoted men, is because of my profile. And I have this on Scout, Meet Me, and Plenty of Fish. Yeah, those three. And this all started because after I broke up with Mr. No Heart, because that heartless, no good, egotistical jerk who allowed his mother to be racist, and oh no, he allowed his mother and other family members, because when he let his older sister keep telling me that I was racist because I sided with Black Lives Matter, and because when I told his mother about one of the times when I got pulled over, when the police officer pulled me, like, not even over, I was in my drive, because actually I told her two of the stories, and I've already told you guys the story, so catch up. But the one where he followed me all the way home into the driveway and had the nerve to say my brake lights didn't work, but just got them checked the previous week, and the next morning my dad and said everything's okay, everything's fine or whatever. But then she was like, oh, well, he just pulled you over because you're so pretty, or you should just listen to the cops. You should just, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And oh, and yeah, my favorite, like I told her the Flint one, where the police officer pulled me over, emptied my bag, said the car couldn't be mine, and then fondled me for about 10, 15 minutes. And it was all over my college graduation tassel. But then the next morning, when I mentioned her air freshener, her air, like, yeah, the little thing that hangs the same way as a graduation tassel, she got mad at me. Yeah. So when it comes to moms and sons, because she's the same woman who said the only reason I got into college is because I'm black, and she was the most, in my opinion, she signifies what white towns or sundown towns feel like. Yeah, it's like sit in a room with her, and you'll kind of know what a sundown town feels like. Yeah, I said it. I don't care. I meant every word of it, because every time I sat down with her, she said a racist comment. She's awful, terrible, egotistical. Just, it's like, and that, yeah, her son gets it from her. And it's really crazy because his father, total opposite. I remember sitting down. It's like it was one of the nights because he came to the state for a week or whatever to spend time with him, and they like him and his roommate went in the house, whatever, and his father and I, we were talking for like 1 or 2 hours, and just, looking at the stars, chilling, talking, chatting. And I'm telling him about some of the racism, some of the things I have to go through, and some of the history that he didn't even learn. He's like, he said even when he was in school, he didn't learn that much about African American history. And so we're sitting in everything, and then on Facebook, like a week later, he thanked me, saying how, like, authentic and eloquent and things. And he said he learned so much, and his eyes were opened, and it was a wonderful, beautiful, like, time with him. But his mother, oh, I have nothing nice to say about his mother. Nothing nice at all. But okay, oh well, you know what? She's breathing, like he still has his mother, she's breathing, and it's like he is comfortable with her racism because he tells me to be quiet and not to tell her to stop being racist to me. He just tells me to listen, and then he expected me to move up north with them, because yeah, he had to chase his baby mama down when she left him with the two daughters or whatever. And so he ran down, or to, the Metro Detroit, and so, but he told me that once the youngest graduates that I have to move up, and I told him no. Oh yeah. The way he looked at me, I'm like, yeah. And so this is why, yeah, let's get into the conversation. And wow, looking at my list, one reason I created this list is after that terrible, awful date. Because I broke up with Mr. No Heart after my surgery, and then I was diagnosed. So I was starting to date and everything. Went on a date with this one guy, and it's like we've been talking on the phone for months. Because this is like near the end of COVID is when I met him. And so when we sat down and when we're talking, whatever, he was like, "You're beautiful, you're smart, you're amazing. I can't believe how just like blah blah blah, all these compliments or whatever. But then he concluded with, "But I just can't date a cripple. I would be embarrassed to walk around with you. I don't know why God made the mistake, because it was like you're amazing in every other way, or maybe this is a way for you to stay grounded or whatever, or it's like if because if you could walk right, you would probably be too stuck up or too like." The way he tried to use my disability as a weapon for me to behave or whatever, very insulting, very demeaning, very just. And so when I got home, I was tired of it because I kept meeting men who either dropped out of college, but then since I have 3 degrees, they put me down or tell me I must be stuck up or tell me the only reason I got into college because I'm black, because black people aren't smart. I've literally met men who said black women aren't smart, but then the next day when I block them or I tell them never to talk to me again, then they want to call me the N word or call me the B word, C word, all any of the words or whatever. But it's like you're gonna put me down, you dropped out. I finished, but you dropped out, but you're going to blame me. And then you have the nerve to say, I'm not smart, but I was smart enough to finish. I was smart enough to finish. But this is a list. It's like, yeah, I know that's like I probably gave you guys enough time, but a lot of men hate this, especially the top one. And it's like some men read the beginning wrong, which, okay, it's like you have limited space, and because with what I wanted to describe it wasn't enough space, wouldn't allow me to write anymore. So I was trying to shorten it up as much as possible. So I try not to be too mean, but then when men tell me is like, or they try to tell me my worth, or they tell me that I'm wasting their time, etc., 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 or they tell me that I'm not worth my list, or they try to say that no man will ever measure up to this, or they say I can't measure up to this. And oh yeah, I'm gonna have so many parts to this series. I don't even know what I'm gonna name this yet, but it because one thing I keep listening to, I keep hearing is men telling women that we're not smart enough. Men keep telling women that we should stay in the kitchen. And I watching and paying attention to politics. This is why 92% of women, this is why 92% of women voted the way of black women. Black women, because if you paid attention, you know which demographic was 92%. They say we're not that smart, but then we have 70% of the master's degrees. And I think around 20% are black people, yeah. But then they say we're not smart enough. We're smart enough to know not to vote for him. We were smart enough to try to tell everybody else, but yeah, since you downgrade us, put us down, tell us we're not worth it, and everything like that, especially people of color. And that's like, because that, I think that's where it hurts the most, when Hispanic, Middle Eastern, and Asian, and basically all of the other demographics, or even Africans. Because yeah, African Americans different, because like I didn't know it was as bad as it was until I think 2024, 2023 or 2024, because for some reason a lot of them started popping up even this year, but really 2024 is when they were really popping up on my dating apps. It's like wanting to match with me, and I'm like, why, what, like, because some of them, they would put me down for not having babies yet or being older without kids, and or they would tell me that I was like, because they would mirror exactly what a lot of what white men say. And that's when I really started seeing the difference. And I hope during this video you guys are reading some of the, like, you can pause it, but it's like a lot of men have the nerve to tell me, what do politics have to do with dating? If you read along, because I'm not even going to have enough time. At first I thought, oh, okay, let me put up examples and stuff. So, and it's like maybe during it I'll read. I don't have enough time for that. And these are repeats too. I'm going to load up more because I know I have at least around 100 or 150 throughout the episode so far. But yeah, if you do the math, yeah, I have over 400, like, yeah, I have, even this past week, it's not even the weekend yet. The weekend is gonna, because we're getting close to the fall season. Fall leads to cuddle season. So men are looking for that woman that they're gonna use for the seasons. So yeah. Last weekend, I think I had about 15 to 20 men try to ask me to come over to their house and you do that thing, But yeah, I said no. And I meant it too. No, thank you. Ill. And some of them, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice. But a lot of men, especially a lot of conservative white men, for some reason they think I don't pay attention. And the thing is, like, sometimes, because, oh yeah, with dating apps, I only swipe on Bumble. It's like, because yeah, it's like, on the other apps, I wait for them because I don't have to swipe on the other one. So I let them, I'm like, okay, let's see who comes to my page. Because since I have like all the things that you saw that were listed, part of me will see, are they reading? Are they paying attention? Because reading and comprehension is atrocious. Go listen to my 3-part series on that one. Yeah, because guys, I've been on here not that long, but I've been here almost every single day for the past year and a half and everything. But I've been on here for about 2 years. But yes, like, oh, like I was teaching two community college classes at the same time, and who some of those students were determined not to learn anything. Ooh, some of them were acting like, okay, different subject, different day. But okay, guys, you gotta pause and read some of these, but it's really sad because so many conservative men try to swipe right on me. And they like, some of them did read that I do not, will not, like, date a conservative as like a Republican, an orange man supporter. I will not. And some of them, they're like, hi, beautiful, hi, like, and especially Facebook dating. Oh yes, like that one was at the beginning of the episode, I think. But yeah, because I remember he was just like, well, it's like, I'm a Republican, and it's like, but then later on he was like, oh, you're gonna have your hands over your ears. No, boo boo. I'll listen. I'll hear what you have to say. Half the time, I'm going to think you're an idiot, and I'm going to wonder how in the world, or what resources other than Newsmax and Fox News and stuff, because that's usually where, like, whenever I ask the conservatives who say some of the craziest things, when I ask, oh, what do you watch? What do you listen to? What are your sources? Yeah, Newsmax and Fox are like the top two. And that's when it all makes sense. The the nonsensical things they say make sense when you ask them where they got it. But it's like, when black women kept saying, this man who wants to be a dictator, look and listen to the people who used to work for him, like, read the books, read, like, pay attention, read the articles, listen to what they're trying to say. And they're just saying, you're lying, you're stupid, and all this other stuff, wanting to put us down. And look at what's happening now. Even this past week, he mentioned stuff about dictator. And I heard one reporter was like, he's trying to make it funny, guys. He's bringing it up to make you laugh. That's what like certain people do. It's like they try to lighten the load, and they're going to make it lighter and lighter, and all of a sudden then they're going to try to be the dictator. But then you're going to be like, "Oh, well, you brought it up so much, it'll be okay." Like, no. So we have to be careful. But okay, back to the main event of, it's like, a lot of these conservative men have the nerve to ask, what does politics have to do? But then for some reason, a lot of these conservative men, they keep trying to date liberal women, progressive women, Democrat women, but then they say that we're stupid, and that we're the R word, and that we're Jim Crow. And oh yeah, it's like, guys, just catch up on the episodes. There are so many screens, because now it's like, while I'm talking, I'm remembering other screenshots, and I'm like, I can't fit like even 5% of them in like these episodes, and I have so many more on my phone, especially from the Hispanic community and the Middle Eastern community, because this is one reason I'm hard on the Middle Eastern community and the Hispanic community. Because when it comes to people of color, oh, it's like I got the proof and evidence, right? Like, because yeah, white guys already knew. I'm not surprised. And then it's really crazy how a lot of the white men have the nerve to say I'm racist since I will not date a Republican or conservative or MAGA or Orange Man supporter. No, 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 no. It's like, one, you have to look at race, and two, you have to look at the history of race and how it was created, and how it was created over power, and how it was created to take away Black people's rights. It was a divider. It was a way to make sure they knew exactly who and who not to allow to do certain things, especially when it comes to education. And now you have the Republican Party trying to take away trying to take away education in order to keep them as stupid and dumb and ignorant as possible, trying to take away from the museums to keep them as dumb and ignorant and poorly educated for a reason. Because remember, the orange man says he loves the poorly educated. He's trying to keep everyone as poorly educated. One reason why he took DEI out, because DEI allows everyone to learn about everyone else. And they're not going to be poorly educated if they know they're of the people around them, if they're not only ignorant on their own perspective, if they're allowed to have an open mind, if they're allowed to learn about identities and people who they may probably never understand. And so it's like DEI is powerful because it allows you to look outside of your own scope. And they want to make sure you're not able to do that because that allows them to have more power over you. And when it comes to a lot of conservative men, especially conservative men of the church, they want to keep that power. And that's one reason why they're trying to make sure women cannot vote. That's one reason why they're trying to make sure that women stay in the kitchen. Another reason they took DEI out of the jobs, and also because a lot of, and see, this is another thing. Okay, white women, okay. It's like, I've only been hard on you a few times. Oh, but I'm going to be a lot harder on you from now on because MAGA white women, this is what you get. And liberal white women, some of you who go to brunch with the MAGA white women, you used to be like, we can still be friends. It's okay. Oh, okay, yeah, you voted for him. It's okay. It's fine. Now, you didn't speak up. You didn't have our backs. So it's like postpone. It's like if someone invited you to the cookout, the barbecue, and the fish fry and everything like that, for we gotta double check, you know. Okay, because yeah, ladies, we needed you. And it's funny how, I mean, I will, okay, now I will give you guys, some of you guys, credit because now I'm hearing divorce rates are rising now. Yeah, because some of them, like some of you guys are finding out, or even some of the husbands who lied to their wives, or a lot of breakups, period, because men, period, lied to their spouse on who they were going to vote for. Then the girlfriends or wives or whatever found out, and they were like, deuces, peace, no, I'm good. It's like, I can buy a bob. I'll be straight, I'll be good or whatever. So, but it's really crazy how we keep, like, some people voted the way they did because of their religion, but then look at how many people who represent the church keeps getting arrested this year alone. And then we just found out, because especially Republican and from the church, that's a pattern. And even with a lot of the documentaries, the murder documentaries that I've been watching over the years, how many times has there been linked to Republicans? And that horrific school documentary that Paris Hilton went to a version of them, and they pretend it's horseback riding and all this stuff. And Dr. Phil, he would promote a school similar to it or whatever. Yeah, it's linked to a Republican. I believe the Republican from Texas and another one too. But it's just like, how come all of the, like, they say they want to be for the kids. They say they want to be for the kids, but do they want to be for the kids, or do they just want to keep women in the kitchen or in the house, and then in order to keep her in the house, they need to keep her fat and pregnant. It's like they need her cooking, they need her pregnant, they need her busy in the house so then men can do what they want to do. I just I just wonder about that because a lot of men keep asking what does politics have to do with dating? But then I want someone who understands me. I want someone that when it comes to vaccinations, we understand each other. We might differ some, but that guy's not going to call me the N word because I'm vaccinated. Or, he's going to tell me, oh, I need to teach you. I need to give you some lessons. I need to show you your ways. Oh, I need to show you why you're stupid. I need to show you why you're corrupt or just out of your mind. I need like blah, 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 etc. Because, yeah, there's so many times where it's like because a lot of these men on the dating apps lie. I keep trying to get to it, but then I don't. Do you know how many conservative men have lied? They looked at my profile, swiped right anyway. And then as we start talking, they're like, well, it's like, yeah, I voted for him, but yeah, you don't understand. And it's like, I'll teach you, I'll show you why he's such an amazing man. You just don't understand yet. Block. Next thing you know, next thing I see him on, he's trying to give me a LinkedIn request or a Facebook request or any of the other type of social media, like even Instagram or whatever. And I'm like, how'd you find me here? Nobody, like people, so-called friends and family don't even know I have an Instagram. So what in the, like, you don't even have my phone number. How did you find me? So yeah, it gets interesting. But yeah, it's like I gave you screenshots, but I also put videos because you guys do not know how bad it is and how many conservative men try to lie and tell women, oh, yeah, I'm a liberal, I'm a Democrat and everything, or oh, I'm a moderate, I'm apolitical. And see, this is why, like, some of you guys might be mad at me because I've been hard on the moderates and apoliticals. This is why. Because a lot of moderates and apoliticals say they're moderates and apolitical so that they can lie to you. Some of them are Republican, some of them are hardcore Republican, but they say moderates because women, they think, well, women will date me if I say moderate. I didn't say Republican, so she'll date me. I'm moderate, so she'll think I'm balanced. She thinks I'm in the middle. So at least we'll have a lot of things in common. We'll just differ a little bit. And I'll just listen to what she has to say. I'll listen to what she has to say. And I've even met a guy who had, like, once I figured him out, he bragged and he told me that he started listening to Democrats on YouTube so that when we got on the phone, he would start the conversation with some of the things he learned. So watch out for that as well, because a lot of these men will do anything in order to get in your up your skirts and your pants or whatever, ladies. So be careful. And it's like yeah, it's like I just kind of scratched the surface with this episode, but you don't know, especially 2025, it's like the men keep getting worse. Even though I don't get as many messages now. Now that a lot of the MAGA men were harassing me and trolling me, degrading me, calling me out my name for so long or whatever. 2020, like, because November of 2022 through February of or March of 2025, that's when it was awful. Every every day I would at least get one or two, just about, I mean, maybe skip a few days. Well, here and there, but every week I at least had four or five. But this year, now some men either pretend to be Democrat or they're catfish, or I'll talk about it in another episode, but it's changed a lot with this one, which it's funny but not funny because we're living a nightmare because I was right. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handy capable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.